This is not the video I was expecting to make. Sharpie Creative Brush Markers have been changed. I've reviewed all of the Sharpie Creative markers, and to explain the new ones, we need to go back to the beginning. 2 years ago, Sharpie made these brush markers. They're paint markers. They're so good. They also made bullet tip and fine tip, and they are coming out with all of these new colors. For some reason, Sharpie was never making the new colors in the brush markers. Finally, we get the earth tone colors with these, and I'm disappointed. Hello, lettering friend. I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights, and I've got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to show you how the brush markers are different, and I'll show you 3 ways to fill your notebook with them. One of my followers let me know that these markers were coming out on February 17th, so I immediately pre-ordered them. I was so excited to get them, but here I am opening them up. Oh no. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. This is a different marker. Look, this is the original brush marker. This is the new colors. This is a totally different marker. They're the same size. This one has the blue right here, so you know that is the lid that it goes to. This one has the color right there, since it has no color right here. These brush markers photograph really well because of this color right here, and I was excited for more of that for this one. This is how all of the other Sharpie Creative markers are, and they don't photograph well. And listen, there's a ball in there to help mix up your paint. This one's a little more liquidy. This one doesn't have it. The new colors say store horizontally. The old colors say store horizontally for best results, shake before use. This is the fine tip. This one just says store horizontally. So it looks like they just made this brush tip exactly like the fine tip. And if you watched my previous video, you know I had some issues with the fine tip drying out after one use. So that worries me for these new brush pens. Looking at the size of the brush tip, they are very similar in length, but the brush tip itself behaves differently. Let me show you. I wanted to make a swatch page the same as the previous brush markers, and when I started lettering, I could tell already that the brush tip feels different. It's a little more flimsy, and I feel like it's harder to control. I'll show you exactly what I mean in a minute. As for the colors, I actually prefer these earth tone colors. They are more pastel, which I like, but I wouldn't call them earth tones. But because they're pastel, they're not as vibrant as the original colors, especially on the black paper. They don't pop quite as much, and that's okay. If you like pastels, you're probably not expecting to be able to use them on black paper that much. Also, it's really frustrating that there are no names. With all the new colors coming out, it's getting confusing. I at least want some numbers. Even though the tip feels more flimsy, I can still get thick and thin strokes. It just doesn't feel as consistent as the original markers. You can see on the original colors, I was able to get really consistent thick and thin strokes. And in my A right here, it filled in the inside because I couldn't get as thin of an upstroke. I realized this is similar to the Artex markers. They have a liquid acrylic one and then just a regular one. The original Sharpie and the regular acrylic are very similar. The other 2 more dry ones are similar in dryness, but not in the brush tip. What bothers me is that Sharpie is claiming these are the same marker when it's just a cheaper version. Artex never claimed that their 2 are the same. They're clearly 2 different sets of markers, and both sets come in hundreds of colors, while Sharpie's first 12 colors don't even really go well with the next 12. And I'm not saying that Artex is the only good markers out there. These are just the ones that I have. I know that there are tons of acrylic markers out there. I'm just saying, I don't know if Sharpie is as good as I thought it was when they first came out, in comparison with all the ones that we have now. Although the bullet tip is still the most unique acrylic pen that I have, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the original Sharpie brush pen. It's 2 years old. It was a little dry at first, but I shook it a lot and it came back. The brush tip is soft, but it holds its shape really well. This is the new one and it looks great here, but it's taking more control to get it consistent. Then here's the liquid Artex and it's great. It feels the same as the original Sharpie. And here's the other Artex. The brush tip isn't as nice as the more liquid ones, but it's definitely easier to control than the new Sharpies. See here, doing some thin and thick, it's not as consistent consistent as these Artex, but I'm lettering with them again because I'm realizing it's not as obvious because my lettering looks similar. It's just the way it feels when I'm lettering. The Sharpie feels a bit flimsy to me and the Artex does not. These Artex ones are cheaper than the more liquid ones and they do dry out faster. I share them with my kids and my husband, while these liquid ones I don't because they are really nice quality. I really enjoy them. And once again, you can't tell, but the brush tip feels better than the new Sharpies. But take a look at the bullet tip ones. These are the ones that surprised us all because you can actually press down, they're flexible, and you can get that really beautiful calligraphy look. I love how they are squishy but firm. That first green one is about 2 years old, and then the second green one that I used is the new earth tones, and that one is only a year old and it's already much drier. I know it's the pastel color and that means maybe it's less vibrant, so more to dry out, but it is a newer pen, so that's surprising. The older ones are more opaque. So comparing the new brush tip earth tones and the old earth tones, that it's a year old, and you can see this color right here is what it's supposed to be, and it's definitely not this color. And I think I could solve it if I could just shake it with a little ball inside to mix it up, but I can't. And that's why it feels like the new brush tip markers are just a cheaper version. What I realized is that actually I would be okay if they said these are different brush pens, or if these new brush markers were the first ones that came out, I would review them and say, oh, cool, Sharpie made acrylic brush markers and they're just average. But the previous ones were really nice. So as a consumer expecting one thing in a purchase and getting something else, I was let down. And I think that's the real issue here. This new brush tip is an average brush marker. Not the best, not the worst. It's still great to have an acrylic marker and it doesn't bleed through the pages. It just feels weird, like why didn't you keep the really great quality of the first one? And looking on Amazon, I saw that they also now have the warm colors in the brush tip. It looks like it's the new version too. I'm not going to buy these ones. The warm colors are not my favorite colors. Okay, so yes, I'm disappointed, but putting that aside, what can we actually make with these? In this first notebook page, I wanted to try doing something like swatches, but making it into an actual piece. I just used washi tape to block out these different rectangles, and I'm doing 12 of them so that I can do all of the colors. And you can see the ink of these really do lay down nicely. So of all of the Sharpie types, the brush tip is definitely the one that is going to fill in large spaces. This journal here is my Archer and Olive pocket-sized journal, so it is a little bit smaller. So when I went to do the lettering on top, I needed smaller lettering, so I'm going to use the fine tip. I really like this satisfying washi tape peel. And also another thing I really like about these markers is that they do dry fast. There are some acrylic markers that take a little bit longer. These ones are more dry, and so they do dry fast. So that makes the speed of a page go a lot quicker. And I chose the white fine tip, and I realized that some of them are actually really hard to see, so I needed to probably use the black, but that's okay for now. And the fine tip, it does have that slightly squishy tip, a little bit flexible, so that I can do the thicker downstrokes to get that calligraphy look. So I really do like that. I found that with the fine tip pens, I rarely use the other colors. I want to use the black and the white a lot because those are the ones that I'm doing my lettering with the most. So having the brush tip for the background and those really big layers, that is what is super helpful. And I just love coming up with different lettering styles. I love seeing a whole page with different lettering styles all together. I just love the uniqueness of hand lettering, and it's done by your own hand. So you get to come up with whatever you want. And I think this page turned out super cute. Probably the longest part was actually laying out the washi tape. So that's an easy, quick idea. For this one, I was thinking, okay, let's use the advantage of the brush tip and layer the bottom. And I've done these waves in the past. And so I tried that again. And the brush tip really does work really nicely to lay down a lot of paint. So I was getting, fired up about how they changed it, and I was disappointed, and that was frustrating to me. But look at this. They still work just as well as the first ones. They are not as liquidy, and I'm sure that these will dry out faster than those ones, but the paint colors are really pretty, and they do a good job of layering. There's going to be no bleed through with these. But I don't really enjoy lettering with these ones. And so here I'm using the bullet tip to do hello. Like I said before, the bullet tip is the most unique. I still love this one so much. I love how it feels when I'm lettering with it. I do mostly use the white and the black in the bullet tip. So if I can find them in individual markers, then those are the ones that I would continually replace. And then I'm just going in with a black fine liner to make sure that the white really stands out, because some of these colors, the white stands out really well, but a lot of them are too light. And so the white doesn't stand out that great. And on this last one, this actually took me probably more than 45 minutes. And I found these markers do a good job of being opaque. So if I made my square a little too big or went out of the line a little bit, I could just cover it up with the next color. And so I do really like that. I felt like getting the small lines was a little bit harder, because maybe it's just how flimsy the brush tip feels, that it's harder to control it to get the thin lines. And maybe I could just spend a lot longer to control it better. But since I have so many other markers that do work better, I don't need to choose these ones over the other ones. So really, these brush pens work well if you want to do large spaces, if you're filling in backgrounds, and if you like these new, more pastel colors. My problems with them is that it was different from what I expected. It's also hard, like I said before, that they don't have names or numbers. So that makes it hard to keep track of the colors that you use regularly. The colors don't go well together. All three of them together, that's 36 colors total. And I don't feel like when you have all three of them, you have like a complete 36 color set. And I am aware that that is just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody else feels differently than me, and that's okay. If you love these and love these colors, go for it. I just know that finding a marker you're really excited about and finding a color palette that lights you up, that is what's going to help you to create more. And we all need more of creating what is unique to you. But this page did turn out really cool. I do like these specific colors. It looks like some kind of rainbow quilt. And I have to tell you, I didn't know if this washi tape was going to actually work out. I didn't know if it would look cool to have this checkered quilt background with two white rectangles in it. I just was trying something. And then I decided to use the black brush marker from the original set. This one, it's so juicy. You can see that ink is wet and really liquidy on there. And this is a 2-year-old marker. It's still really juicy. The brush tip is still really, really good. That is the kind of quality that I want in new brush markers. In the end, we can still make really cool stuff with these. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried these? Are you going to try these? If you want to see all of my other Sharpie Creative reviews and journal ideas, check out this playlist right here. I'll see you there.